Hi, welcome to my basement. My name's David, and I want to talk to you about a new product that I've got for my home gym. This is the BoS Hydra leg extension curl attachment for the Hydra rack. I've got a lot of BoS Hydra gear right now, and I've had more in the past that I tried and then got rid of. Love the Hydra rack, it's great. I wasn't looking to get a 6-post rack, but when they came out with this, I just knew that it was what I wanted, and it was going to be the last rack that I ever bought. So very happy with it. I've got the lat pull down low row attachment. I've got their deep dish plates. This is all great stuff. Very happy with it. But we're here to talk about this. They teased this almost a year ago, I think, and as soon as I saw it, I knew that whenever it was released, I was going to buy it. And I got the message from them that it was available. I bought it. This might be the first one. They sold out immediately, and now they're taking pre-orders. But this came real quick, and it was in great shape. It came in 2 boxes, and there can be issues getting stuff from BoS Hydra because their products ship from overseas, and it goes through a lot before it gets to you, and stuff can be loose in the box and get banged up a bit. This showed up and it's absolutely mint, perfect. So really good stuff there, and it was very easy to put it together. Took me 15 minutes, no big deal, very easy, single-handedly. And just like all the BoS Hydra stuff, particularly the stuff for the Hydra rack, it is super solid. The steel gauge is just massive. It's very much like the Hydra rack. It's not overbuilt, but this is super durable stuff. Speaking specifically about this, it comes with UHMW lining where it attaches to the post, which is great. It's not going to mark up your rack. Very nice. I think that might be the only gear that they have that has that feature, and it's very nice. It's not like a thin layer. It's a very thick, beefy chunk of UHMW that's on there. Very nice. And the finish on it is great. It's all black. Some of the parts you can see are like chromed. They're quite nice. And the padding is great. The surface on this seat is really nice. When they came out with their release video for this, Kayvon did it himself, and it didn't come across that great. I was like, that's a little clunky. But actually, I'm more impressed than that suggested I would be. It's a lot better than it comes across in that video. It's not clunky at all, very easy to work with, super high quality. Everything moves super smoothly. It's nice and tight on the rack. Everything's really great. I'm very impressed. At the same time, I think I have to be honest and say that I would not recommend this. The reason, everything is executed super well. They implemented this thing really well. Everything is super high quality. I think that fundamentally, though, the concept is not that great. I'll describe what I mean. I'll jump on. If I'm going to do leg extensions, and again, it's great, super solid, feels great. Everything is just very nice. But like all free weight equipment that rotates on an axis, you get the condition where there's basically no resistance at the start. It takes no force at all to get this through halfway, and then the resistance comes on, and when you get to full extension, now that weight is perpendicular to the ground, and you've got maximum resistance. So if I'm doing leg curls, I can basically load, these are, again, the deep dish plates, so I can't maybe put as much weight on the peg as I otherwise might be able to, but I can put 5 or 6 plates on here. And again, getting it to halfway is no effort whatsoever. It's only that last little bit where I have to strain. And that's not ideal. That's not what you want. You want resistance for the whole range of motion. Clearly that's not great. For leg curls, I think the leg curls are actually a little bit better. This pad also rotates. You can have it vertically as well as horizontally. I'm not sure why, to be honest, because the nose on this is really well padded. So if I'm going to do leg curls, I'm just going to do them standing with the pad down. I have no use for standing up. And for leg curls, the resistance curve is actually quite nice. I think it would be better if it was flatter, like didn't ramp up so much near the end. But it's actually not bad for leg curls, not as bad as it is for leg extensions. So for my purposes, and I think most people's purposes, I've got to say that I'm not sure it's really very useful. For doing leg extensions where you get it to halfway, there's no resistance at all, and the last little bit is where all the resistance is. That's not very good. One thing that's interesting is this eyelet. This eyelet at the end of the pad is very suggestive that there are other use cases for this, or at least other ways to use it. And what it suggests is that you can attach something to that will add resistance, clearly. And what I've done, it's not set up this way, but on this rack with the pull down, this eyelet is basically in line with the low pulley. So what I've done is I've had an extension and I've attached it to this. And what that ought to do when I load weight on the pulley system is add resistance during the first push part of the motion, and then with weight still on this, the weights will have the higher resistance here, and that will tend to balance out the curve. I was very excited about that. Sadly, it does not work. The reason is you can imagine that with something attached there and a bunch of tension, it's going to want to rotate this whole thing. And this is very tight, very stout. It doesn't move, but if you put enough weight on there, I had it with like a 45 on each side, so 245s, which isn't very much, but it still torqued things enough that there was interference between this bar and this upright, and so it scarred up my upright, and it just does not work. So I don't know what the idea with the eyelet is, but that's not it, because that doesn't work. Try it if you want. Your mileage may vary, but I was not able to get that to work as much as I wanted to, because I want this to work, but that just doesn't do it. But it did give me an idea for something that would work. Now this is clearly designed to fit any 3x3 inch true 3x3 rack with 5/8 holes. And so that's part of their concept. This can go on whatever rack you want, right? However, if they made a different idea, if they took largely this same thing, but instead of having the weight on the peg, instead have the seat installed over top of the low pulley, and then have the leg attachment be a pendulum underneath with a cam where you could attach the cable. So you can imagine attaching this cable to a cam, and now as you rotate this pulley, rotate the attachment, you're going to get a linear resistance because of the cam. So if you had something that sat on top of here attached to that cross piece, had the pad on top, and had the leg attachment as a pendulum with a cam and a place to attach that cable, you would have, for this rack at least, I think, pretty much a perfect solution for what this is trying to do. It would be better in every way. Granted, it would only work on this rack, and only on this rack with the cable attachment. But, bells of steel, if you're listening, name your price. I mean, that's what I hoped this would be. This doesn't do it. If you came up with that, which I think would be very simple, you could name your price. I would trade this for that any day. So that's my review. I think, you know, this is an extremely well executed product, super high quality. It's gorgeous. The fit and finish is excellent. I think the concept, though, not so hot. I can't really recommend it. There are a bunch of products like this coming out right now, and they're kind of the hype right now. I think people are going to find if they get them, it's like, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I can do a lot of things with it, but it really doesn't do the main thing that I want it to do, which for this is leg extensions. It's not really fit for that purpose. So, bells of steel, if you're listening, please build an attachment for that with a cam to give linear resistance. It'll fit right on top of there. It'll be beautiful. and I might be getting rid of this. So hope that helps. Thanks for watching.